Look, I know what series you're actually here for, so give me about a minute to go through the opening act, and we can get to the actual meat of the review. So Maesetsu is a series about a group of college-age girls who want to be comedians, specifically in duos doing Owari style, which Wikipedia tells me is going through a boom in Japan. But the girls are still amateurs, and they want to eventually reach the point where they can be the opening act for a television show as well. But here are the issues for me, the viewer. 1. That it is boring to watch. 2. The jokes aren't funny. Lastly, the topic is too niche for me to care about. I will say I only got 3 episodes in before I chose to use the 3-episode rule. And hey, maybe it gets better. But first impressions matter, and this series bored me to death. Maybe the series will jive with Owari fans, but I highly doubt anime fans outside of Japan will get anything out of this. Now let's get to the reason why you're all here. Unless you're just watching to support me, and hey, thank you. But it's time to shoot myself in the foot, as Kyoto Animation is the little Timmy of anime studios. So even insinuating that you're about to insult it is the equivalent to kicking out little Timmy's crutch. The series is also quite polarizing, as most people either love the series to death or think it's boring as sin. This series has also had quite an impact on meme culture over the years. Hope you all had a nice Have a Touch Thursday. Additionally, it came out during the anime boom of 2000, so quite a lot of older anime fans are very nostalgic for this series. So I'm going to do my best to review this and probably explain my opinions, so let's get to it. Lucky Star follows its cast of high schoolers going through life and the discussions they have. Like, what side of the chocolate cornet do you start with? Do you save the strawberry on the shortcake for last? And other rather inconsequential things. Followed by the ending bit where they take the piss out of Minoru Shirishishi. This is pretty much the entire show. What people enjoy is that the girls will talk about anime, fandoms, games. You even see references to Kyoto's other works, mostly in the form of Haruhi Suzumiya jokes. One of the girls even cosplay as Haruhi when she works at the cosplay cafe. So I can understand why people enjoy these references and jokes about the culture around anime, as it just covers some of the basic parts of life for anime fans in Japan and the growing knowledge of overseas fans. But here's the issue. Several of these parts have become either outdated or irrelevant. Technology has evolved quite a bit since 2007, and several of these series references have fallen on the wayside, meaning these references will either fall flat or bring you to that happy nostalgia place. As for content, it's your basic girls be cute enhanced by the art style of the series, which in hindsight is a bit suspect given the old joke of haha they look like kids but are almost college aged. But that is as far as I'm poking that bear. The series eventually adds more characters that help add variety to the topics they discuss, or remixes on the topics, but here's the breakdown of the characters. Well, let's start with the main girls. Konoda is a big anime and games fan, and the biggest joker of the group. You have the twins, Kagami and Tsukasa. Kagami usually playing the straight man of the group, serious and studious, but not great at pushing their limits. Tsukasa is a bit of a scatterbrain, and a lot of the jokes at her expense feel a bit mean-spirited. Miyuki is from a wealthy family, and is very well-mannered, but to quote Konoda, she has those big mo points. You additionally have the teacher, who's also a big gamer, but is going through the I haven't married and I'm over 30, my life is over. There's Yui, Konoda's cousin, who's a rather easygoing police officer, but hey, there's the joke that she gets major road rage. Eventually, Yui's sister, Yutaka, joins as a first year when Konoda starts her 3rd year. She is my precious daughter, and if you even attempt to loot her or make her sad, I will bend you like Jericho. Yutaka's classmate Minami is your classic silent and reserved type, who's also her girlfriend. Don't come at me. There's Hiyori, who enjoys being dojins and keeps accidentally shipping Yutaka and Minami together. Patricia is a transfer student from the US who is the worst girl because her voice is the worst. Lastly, there's Ayana and Masao, who can continue to disappear into the background. But they cover a broad spectrum of the tropes, meaning that at least one of them will be your cup of tea. But the question is whether or not you should watch this series. Well, I believe it will very much depend on when you got into anime. If you got into anime around the 2000 booms, then this may be a bit of a nostalgic trip down memory lane, as long as you're into slower slice-of-life series. But you've probably already watched this series, and are probably a big fan. But if you got into anime more recently, then there's a higher chance that this series won't be that entertaining for you, and there are probably better comedies out there for you.